Hello, and my name is Ginny L. Stars, and this is the story or the stories behind the art. So, my journey started, and everything I'm saying is about everything kind of in totality to where I am right now, okay? So, my life path journey started at the age of 3, okay, which would have been in 1989, okay? And as this started with me, it's been a very, very long journey of ups and downs, okay? But one energies that really, really stuck with me, and this came from me being from a musical family, musical background. So my mother's father, who was mixed race man from Jamaica, was a musician. My father is a musician. Is a musician. I have I have brothers that are musicians. I don't call names because these people are actually well known, and I've always been in my own lane. Okay, I don't attach my energy to people's energies because they're famous, because they're known. Okay, I have a cousin who is in the public eye right now who's killing it. Okay, who is my father's brother's son. Um, so this is not something that, oh, he just woke up one day and said he wanted to start, right? So my journey started in 1989. But when I turned about 6 years old, I was taken to church, because you come from an African background, okay? So it's about church, it's about whatever. So I'll be going around like, because I have this habit where I kind of like chew my tongue and I act like I'm like crazy. I'm like, and my grandmother is like, who the hell's that? Anyway, they took me to church. So I started doing like church stuff, right? And it all started in like Sunday school, where I would like play Joseph or play an angel, or just something around that field, right? So by the time I turned 12 years old was when I was taken to like the main church, right? And from the main church, I had to audition, but because I have a well-connected family, I didn't have to audition. I was literally put into the Sunday service like that. And I started singing soprano. And when there was like, so in the church, they would do like Easter celebrations or Christmas concerts or carols and stuff. And we did all that. So, mind you, obviously I was born in London, but all this happened in Nigeria. So I went to Nigeria when I was 4. So when I was 19, I came back to London. And as soon as I came back to London, within 5-6 months, I was already enrolled in college. I studied music technology, and I came out an A student for the very first time, because when I was in secondary school, I failed everything because my grandmother actually wanted me to become a doctor. And I said, there's never going to be a way that I was going to be a doctor, but let's make a deal. I will go to science class, but when I finish secondary school, I'm going to do what I want to do. And we made that deal. And I was so unhappy in secondary school. All my mates that we started from all went to art class, living my dream, but I was stuck in science class, trying to learn chemistry and biology, which I failed from the whole senior year of my secondary school. I failed everything. So for me to go to get back to London, go to college, become an A student was weird, but that was because I was in my lane. So I studied music technology, and studio recording, all the music business in college. And then I went to university, where I studied performing arts and community development. Now, that was the original energies when I enrolled at university. It was supposed to be performing arts and community development. But because we were the very first people to ever do performing arts at the University of East London, UEL, they were playing around with the title. So by the time I finished my degree, 3-4 years after that, because I had to go back in because my original stuff was performing arts and music history, but I hated the music history so much. I actually had to drop out of that. So during my last year, I wanted to add like another module to my stuff just to, complete things. So I had to go back. So instead of being 3 years at university, I was there for 4 years. So after my 4 years, for a degree that was supposed to be performing arts and community development, became community arts practice, right? So after I finished university in 2010, Jesus, honey, life really took over for me. So I basically had my very first, no, that was my third job at this time, because my very first job I was 19. So this was my third job, had just finished university. At the time, living with an African parent, for them, it's not about what you studied. It's about go and get a job. You must get a job. If you want to live in this house, you get a job, right? All this type of nonsense. So I got a job, and I got a job being an outreach worker for a company called Head for Business CIC. So they helps people create businesses, right? And this was at the Albany Theatre in Deptford. So it was along the lines of what I was supposed to be doing, because my plan was for me to go to, to do this and then work my way into the theater and start like running, setting, theater stuff. But honey, I would not go to work because I hated that office. So I got fired. So when I got fired, because at the time I didn't understand that being fired is redirection, right? I went into depression. I was mad. I was pissed off, all this stuff, right? So fast forward to 2020, I was doing acting, I was doing modeling, just put the music on the back burner. I was just doing all these things. And 2020 came, COVID came, right? And that's when I really had to think about my energy. And I'm like, listen, I have a whole degree in performing arts. I have a college energies in music. What's wrong with you? So I literally started my music label in 2020. So I've been putting out music since 2020, and I'm taking everything one step at a time, okay? Because I could literally go into the studio and start, but I wanted to start from the bottom, because I also want to inspire people that you don't have to be perfect. There's a reason why some of my music sound the way they sound. I know what I'm doing, because I'm really going to go into full effect where we're not looking back, right? But I want to also help people who have the creative frequencies within them, but for some reason, they feel like they need to be perfect. They feel like they need to go into the studio. No, all you need is a microphone and your bedroom, okay? And make sure you don't have noisy neighbors, right? So this is where I am right now. So I wrote my very first album called Blast from the Past in my bedroom, wrote my second album, Experiments, in my bedroom, and right now I'm in between energies because I'm going to start writing my third album soon, right? But while that's happening, I'm going to keep working on music and stuff. So this is the behind the scenes to the frequency of Genielle Stars, okay? This has been a very long road for me, but I am a progressive energy, so I don't rush things, okay? So be sure to like, subscribe to my channel. I'm so thankful for everybody who listened to this video, and I will be sure to catch you soon. So with all this being said, my name is Genielle Stars, and I'm out.